Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Alright. Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. And again, I always gotta say, we're sponsored by R&B Roll Off.
Yes.
And one of the things I want to tell you is a small company right here in what? Powder Springs, Georgia. Yes, my man Floyd will do things for you that no other roll-off company would do. This man is willing to give you his personal number. What? Say it one more time. Personal number.
Personal number.
678-575-1781. And he's willing to pick up the phone for you when you need to get your construction debris hauled away.
Okay.
But it won't be for free. That's right.
Well, of course not. That's a big business. Man.
But we also got to say one thing.
Yes.
We got Craftmatic in the building. How you doing, big baby?
I'm doing good, Big J. I'm all the way in tonight, man.
Okay, you all the way in?
Yeah, I'm excited about the show, man. We got a great show lined up for you folks. And again, this is Bar Talk with Jay. And this is just our opportunity to share, maybe to entertain, but this is more than entertainment. We want this to be a place where you come and kind of look in the mirror at yourself in terms of what you would do in the situations and the dialogues that we have, how you would handle it, just, to become a stronger decision maker and to improve, to move to the next level in your life. So we're thankful that you're here tonight, and we got a great show lined up for you. Smooth Jay said he's going to be on one tonight.
Hey, Craft.
I don't know what we can expect out of that, but I know what we've gotten so far.
That's more to say.
Yeah, that's been crazy as it gets. So let's get tonight started with a prayer. Would you like to do prayer?
You know what I'm saying? Let's put ourselves together right. Well, put our heads down and please, let's all come together, because right now we got a lot of things going on in social media. With our president and again with the NFL and with everything that goes on. One of the things I want us to do is come together collectively and make sure we give praise to him above.
Yes.
Right now I think we listen too much man and we're not believing in our own spirit. So God, please come into our life right now and guide us out of a dark time when everybody feel like they so right. Please give them the power to be able to see your way and not theirs.
Yes.
And keep us on the path of righteousness, not manliness.
Yes.
Because I think man is doing too much right now and we're following the wrong thing, and I like us to follow his word.
Yes.
So please strengthen us and let's speak more positive and give more words of affirmation. Change everybody into what he has for us, not what you just want. Our wants is starting to be too much. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So again,
that prayer, he was growing up on the field.
I had to go up on the field because again, I think that field ain't being played fairly.
Yeah.
And I like to say, a lot of people are starting to weigh in on something that I really feel like we need to get back right ourselves before we start throwing stones.
That's an interesting point. This world, unfortunately, this world has nothing to do with fairness.
At all.
And this world ultimately is centered around power. And so if you're going to get anything, you need to get some power, and then you won't have to worry about fairness. Right? Just word to the wise. We're going to throw out all kinds of stuff like that during the show, because this is designed to be therapeutic. We want you to, we want, therapy. People don't get therapy, right? People aren't reading books, they're not reading articles, they're not growing, they're not developing, and so we hope this is a way that will help. Now, let's do a real quick recap of last week's show. What you laughing at?
Laughing at what the topic was.
The topic was crazy, right? Here we go, folks. Last week we talked about, so you're married to the love of your life, and a billionaire offers you $100 million to have a one-night stand with your spouse. What would you do?
I'd be standing there with a spray bottle, coaching around. Got you, baby. Got you.
Hey.
Listen, it's for the team, baby. It's for the team.
I thought about that spray bottle all week long. I didn't get spray bottle until the end of the show.
Yeah,
which we're really talking about.
I got to keep her nice and moist.
So what Jay has suggested, folks, is that he would agree to let get the $100 million and let his wife be with the other guy, but he's going to be there.
That's right.
And
so we did this.
In being there, he's going to be spraying water in his wife's face while she's getting it from the billionaire. And I don't think that's going to work.
I don't know. I'm put it like this. You know, crap what normally happens.
Yeah.
She want to tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You ain't ever got to tell me what happened, right? Talking about it didn't go down like you think it did. No, I seen it. What you talking about? I was the one with the spray bottle. What you talking about?
See, I introduced the idea last week that if you're too close to it, you know what's going on, and you know how it's going to end up, and etc. Right? It ain't gonna last no more than 30 minutes, an hour, whatever.
Okay.
So, but what if you hear your wife moaning, right? I mean, what if?
It could be from the spray bottle.
What if? No, it ain't from the spray bottle.
I don't care where it's from. As long as he write that check, and it can.
What if you notice your wife having an orgasm with this guy, man? You don't want to see all that.
As much money as he paid, somebody better get some.
Oh my God!
Because he ain't coming back.
Listen, folks, the consensus all the way around the board, even with the lady in the house, Miss AP, says that they would take a L. You know, that her man gonna have to take a L for the team, and that means she gonna go get that $100 million. And it seemed like everybody was in the same notion. You know, $100 million changes lives. You know, that's the difference between going to heaven and hell. You know, that's big stuff. If we were talking about $1 million, what was interesting was
It changed.
Everybody's opinion changed when I said $1 million. And AP was of the notion that, hey, if I know I can earn $1 million, then I'm not going to take $1 million to do that. But, you know, $1 million can change things too. You know what I'm saying? It can relieve a lot of pressure valves, you know.
Well, but remember, we also said there's people that do it for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They give up all of it. So, again,
they do it
it's going to be up to you. And again, I mean, we joke with it.
Right.
Somebody throw out indecent proposal like that, I like to say it's probably very rare.
Right.
But one of the things you got to think about, it is something to talk about. Because again, if you really root it, you're probably just not going to do it. Because again, why would a person give up this much money? And what really going on?
Yeah. There's something going on there.
Much. Yeah, that's been.
I mean, we played with the idea of, I don't know, giving up something that's important to you for a price. And in this particular case, because people say they wouldn't give up, you know, they wouldn't do it for $1 million, but they would do it for $100 million, says that there is a price to attend. There's a price to participate in that. And so I said souls being bought, or people selling their souls for a certain amount of money.
Yeah. I got a number.
Yeah.
And $100 million. I got a number. I'm just trying to help you out.
Listen, folks, it was a great show. I encourage you to go back and listen to it. We are on every media outlet in the marketplace. Most importantly, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're on
Black Planet.
You know,
I got a picture of you,
man.
Spreaker.
Spreaker, right?
Yeah, we're going iTunes. And again,
yes,
please make sure you go to YouTube and share. Share, and get more people to go on to YouTube as well. It's in 4K. It changes the game. We got commercials. We take the music out, and we trying to show y'all better quality. And also, we show on Monday. So you not to see us on Thursday, we got a repeat on Monday as well.
Right.
So again, social media, we try to hit everything: Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I even got a little Snapchat. I don't do much on it, but I'm trying to develop it.
Okay.
And don't forget Periscope. You can always see the show on Periscope as well. So again, we hitting every social media that we possibly can. And I tell you what, if you want to email me your number, I can also send the show directly to you, or you can go to my website, and it's always going to be posted probably the day after the show. Yeah.
On Periscope, it's posted right away. I listen. I watch the video sometimes on my way home, listen to the show. So check it out, folks, and let's go ahead and move to our quote for the day. Barbara put our agenda together for each show, and by the way, she is not here tonight with us, but we give a shout out to Barbara. Macon, Georgia. And I'm sure things are lovely over there. We're gonna pray for her and her family. She's been going through a hard time lately, so you folks keep her in your prayers as well. So here's the quote. It is Corinthians 6:19 through 20. Don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, who lives in you and who is given to you by God? You do not belong to yourselves, but to God. He brought you for a price. He brought you for a price. He bought you for a price. So use your bodies for God's glory. And how do we do that? How do we use our bodies for God's glory?
I'm in trouble. I didn't use somebody's body for $100 million.
Right.
It wasn't for God's glory. It was for my person. See, I'm just so shameful for this.
Right.
This is what you do. The opposite. You don't do what I was just doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is good stuff. This is just, folks, about taking care of your body. We thought there needed to be some some direction and some inspiration on just taking care of yourselves. That's how you honor God. You take care of yourself. And what does that mean? That may mean simple things like don't leave out of the house looking crazy, right? Put on some nice clothes, put on something decent, put on something that doesn't expose too much, that doesn't offend the Lord, we'll say. It may mean drinking water, drinking more water every day. Taking your vitamins, making sure you eat healthy each day, okay? Stop destroying your body with these, all these Red Bulls and these sugars and these cakes and pies and ice creams and, that stuff is not good for you. And you actually honor God when you can refrain from that, right? And I have a feeling that when you refrain from it enough, He'll reward you greatly on the other side. With all kinds of gifts and fruits. So just honor your bodies. Here's the notion behind the passage. If you are the Lord, you plant a garden. And when you plant that garden, the only fruit that's going to be pulled out of that garden are whole fruits. Fruits that are not filled with destruction, or not filled with rottenness, or not, worms or whatever, right? So if you take care of yourself, then you're going to be there and prepared, so to speak, to be plucked up by the Lord so that He can use you for His glory, right? That's what it's really all about. And I'd love to say a lot more about that, but we don't want to take too much time. But just take care of your bodies, folks. It does not belong to you, and even though you may think it does not. And it's important that you take care of it. If you're not taking care of your health, I would imagine the Lord is not taking care of your finances.
Ooh.
That's kind of how it works.
That's deep,
right?
And it's true.
If you're not taking care of your relationships, I would imagine the Lord is not taking care of your home. And that could be your spouse's relationship or your kids. That could be the structural measure of your home, whether it's clean, whether it's filled with the Holy Spirit. So do that, folks. Take care of your body. Just another inspiration from Bar Talk with Jay. You want to do a tip for today?
Nah, I'm going to go back on this one real quick.
Go ahead.
I got to jump in on you because what you did, you delivered it so great.
Thank you.
It's just reminding somebody of your temple.
Yeah.
And again, to making sure you understand the temple and all what's around it.
Right.
And a lot of times we get to be a point where we don't take care of ourselves because we look at other things.
Right.
We let our eyes fool us. It starts with inside us.
Yes.
So one of the things I want to make sure we stay key on is us. And a lot of times people say it's selfish when you just think about yourself. Well, it starts with you.
Yeah.
What you eat, what you do, and what comes out of you.
Yeah. And listen, this is so close to the subject for tonight because we're talking about people who don't take care of themselves. That's what the show is really about. How do you treat people who don't take care of themselves? And we're going to introduce that subject in a moment, but taking care of your body can kind of be your salvation right here on earth.
There you go.
Right?
Hold on. I think we got Barb on. We got Barb on.
Hey, Barb. Okay, she must not be on. We got just a couple of minutes, and Barb gave me just a small segment to deliver something. And, so here it goes. Even though we all have different religions, explain why praying is our greatest power. And I could spend the next 4 hours talking about this subject. Even though we all have different religions, explain why is praying our greatest power. You see, this world does not work like we think it works. Okay? And I said that. Now let me take a step back and reframe here for just a moment. That the one commonality among all religions and among all faiths is that I can speak to, I can tell, I can share my needs and my desires with a deity. I speak out of me and I speak to a deity, a higher authority, a name, a being, a beingness. And that beingness and that power delivers unto me and grants me what I ask for. Right? If I'm hungry, the Lord is going to take care of my hunger needs. Right? If I'm emotionally broken, the Lord is going to heal my heart. And so the process of praying is about letting God, letting the universe know what it is you desire. And just imagine, folks, when you sit down and get on your knees at night, you do a prayer, or you do it from your car, wherever you do it, what you're really doing is you're filling up a balloon. Just imagine a big pink balloon in your hand, and you're filling it up with all the things that you want. You're just packing into it your desires for health, your desires for a good relationship. You're just pouring into this balloon your wants and needs. And when you let it go, it's going to float up to heaven. And ultimately, it's going to float right into the hand and into the mind of God. And he's going to begin to understand you in a greater way that says, you are my child, and I'm going to reach back to you. Because you have faith to reach to me, now I have what I need in order to bless you. But if you don't reach up in the cloud and grab the blessing, if you don't send the blessing up, there's no blessings that's going to come down. That is the purpose of prayer, is to send blessings up so that send the prayers up so that the blessings will come down. That is the nature of all of human reality. Some people say our thoughts create our reality, and we have to send up positive thoughts and thoughts about the next level. We have to have a vision. We have to be affirming tomorrow's truth. We have to understand that we need faith in an expectancy of the thing which we say and we ask for, and by tying our faith to those things and handing it off to the Lord, we give him all the ways and means to bring it back into our life.
Yes.
Right? What goes out must come in.
That's right.
And we have to use that as a principle of life. A lot of people speak in negative stuff. And guess what? That stuff is coming back at you too. See, the system that he put in place is whatever you speak shall become your reality. Because whatever you speak is what you believe in. So take note to the words which you are speaking to the universe, because you're really speaking that word to God. And if you want trouble today, if you want pain today, if you want sorrow today, if you want famine and poverty today, then he'll bring it all to you.
That's what you asked for.
Right. But if you want peace and power and love and confirmation and agreement and understanding and purpose and love and giving and health and order and resilience and when you want that greatness, you got to speak greatness into your life. I leave that one alone.
Okay, all I say, you got church, we got church.
I leave that one alone, man.
All I say is we got a collection plate walking around the room right now.
Let's cover the subject for tonight. It is a dandy one.
Man, let me see here.
Go ahead, Jay.
Let me see.
Put us on, man.
If your significant other gained weight and refused to lose it, what would you do? Now, I know y'all waiting on me to say something, but we gotta go to break, and you might want to stick around for what I got to say about this here.
Yes.
Now, what I'm about to say might not apply to you.
Right.
If it do,
okay.
You might want to walk around, as my man Jeffrey would say, because what I got to say tonight might offend the heck out of you. Because I gotta say some things that it's gonna be reality, but again, it's gonna be out of somewhat fun. But we gonna bring it around, and hopefully we all understand. Things happen, but we got to be bigger than the things that's happening around us, because we ain't telling all the truth. But
this show is
we
about
gonna do this.
This show is about the real. So y'all stay tuned. Listen, I got a lot of great grooves for you. They're kind of all over the place, R&B, a little hip hop, but they're fairly new. And enjoy them. We'll be right back. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm loving that new J. Cole. You folks need to check that out. We got Jay over here doing a few things, so
yeah, I'm coming, player. I'm coming.
We know you're coming. I got a mint in my mouth. That song was a little short.
Hey, I knew you had something.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
I don't know what you over there doing.
So who we got on now, Jay? What's
we got to get my man on real quick. Give me 2 seconds. We're about to get him on. Lost Facebook for a second. Sorry. you know, internet interruptions that happens from
Yeah.
time to time. Had to make
Technology,
some
man.
quick fix. Oh yeah, technology is always that way. But again, we got somebody in the studio that's also helping us out real quick. So for everybody that it dropped real quick, we coming right back. Hopefully Periscope stay with us. So again, that's why we're on so many different social medias, just to keep some things from happening again. That's why when you rooted and you're used to things happening, you don't even panic.
You don't even panic.
You know, it's almost like something I just want to talk about real quick, because a lot of times you panic, but you really understand some of the lessons that you've been through. You shouldn't be panicking.
Absolutely.
Things going to happen, and you got to keep control.
Yeah.
And that's how you get by, not crying and complaining.
You know what, Jay? I'm listening to this book, a great book. It's called The Secret of the Millionaire's Mind. And I think it came out in 2015, 2016. An outstanding book. The book is free on YouTube, folks, if you want to check it out. But he basically says your life is going to be the result of how strong you are at dealing with problems.
See what I mean?
Your whole life will be the result of how you deal with problems. If you attack problems, if you deal with problems, which is what rich folk do.
Right.
They attack problems, they fix problems, they're the problem solvers, they're good at resources, they're good at putting ideas together, they're good at taking action, they take risks. These are the kinds of things that we have to build up in those who are not rich. And that's
Get rich.
Yeah, and that's pretty much everybody.
Yeah,
right.
not rich.
We have to, we have to have an attitude of problem solving, because it's never going to end. We're always going to have problems, and the only thing that matters is how much time is it going to waste of your life before you just fix it.
There you go.
Because it ain't gonna go away. You got to just fix it and keep grinding on.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We got somebody that look like him, but is not him.
Yeah.
We got him on the line.
Okay.
Jamal, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Man, what's going on there, Atlanta? What's going on, Bar Talk? What's happening?
And
What's
so
going
you,
on,
man, we
Ty?
trying to find out what kind of day you had. We trying to find out if we're gonna have a rough day or a good day. What kind of day we got, Jamal?
Man, as long as I wake up, I'm gonna have a mindset of hustle and be a positive dude. So if I think positive, I'm gonna be positive, man.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
like that.
There you go.
You learned something from Bar Talk with Jay. I like that.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's had that for a long time, man. That's outstanding attitude.
We're gonna
man.
take a little credit.
Yeah, hey, you're a little low on the volume tonight, but we are ready for your segment, man. What you got for us?
So what's going on? What's the topic for tonight's show?
Oh yeah, let me tell you about this one.
We need his. Uh-oh.
Jamal, if your significant other gains weight and refuse to lose it, what do you do?
Wait, run that back one more
Oh,
time?
one more time, just for you. Anybody else? I would not repeat this. If your significant other gains weight, I'm talking about double the size, double McGum, chew it up, spit it out, bubblicious, and refuse to lose it,
Yeah.
what do you do? Doom, 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 doom.
If my joint then gained a little bit, what would I do?
No,
No.
a lot.
Your girl gained double the weight.
Yeah.
I'm talking about she started out at 100, she
Yeah.
220. I'm talking about she done blew up,
She
player.
a big girl, man. What you gonna do with
Oh, if my game blew up, what I'm finna do? Oh, we got simple statistics for that. We going to the mall. And I'm taking her in every store that she likes.
that?
And
Okay.
I'm paying attention to everything she wears. What
Okay.
she like. And we ain't buying none of it. I'm gonna go back to the same store the next day or 2 days later, and I'm gonna buy everything that she likes.
Right.
A size or 2 sizes smaller.
Okay. Okay. That's motivation.
Okay.
I like
Now,
that.
that'll be a hint. Dang, baby, that's getting kind of tight, huh? Now, when you say, dang, I need to lose weight, really? I feel the gym membership going on right now, special.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say to her, babe, you need to tighten it up. I'ma just, man, I'd rather watch a video tonight, babe. I'm good. Whatever it takes to give you a hint that something needs to be done, I do that. But I know better than to put my hand in a girl's mouth and say, you getting too big. Because that's when every other argument's gonna come up, and I wouldn't advise with it.
That's an interesting perspective, because it sounds like what you're trying to do is, let's see, you may be trying to coach her a little bit. You may be trying to sell her on an idea. You may be trying to tease her a little bit.
No, I'm not gonna sell her on that. If I keep my efforts to look good for you, you keep your efforts to look good for me. The moment you stop trying to look good for me, don't get mad when another woman do it. I appreciate you for all you do, but I'm gonna need you to hit the Stairmaster. And instead of me saying it, I'm gonna just put that gym membership right on the stack of papers that you got on your side of the bed until you go, man, I don't know why I keep getting these gym memberships in the mail. I don't know, babe. What you think we should do about it?
But he did say we do.
So it sounds like to me that you're going to be applying a little pressure to work out. You kind of mashing on her.
Wait, you do apply other pressure.
Huh?
I'm supporting my woman for what she likes. Her weight is applying the pressure to her lungs when her clothes don't fit.
He said she choking herself out.
Okay. And how long do you do that? How long is it? How much time does she have? What's the statute of limitation on her? Not working out.
If your woman just had a baby, I would advise you to shut up.
Okay.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Okay.
If your woman was 150 and then she done hit 160, 170, mind your business.
Okay.
She hit 185, 190.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, man, Stone Mountain looking real good today, huh? If she hit 225, it's your fault you don't let her get that way. She done lost depression. She ain't into her activities no more. So anything over 50 pounds, you need to blame yourself that you contributed to that. Well, you'd have been eating fried foods with her, and you need to lose some pounds yourself.
Okay.
A woman don't just gain 50, 60 pounds out of nowhere. You see that coming.
Right.
Hey, now, myself, and I definitely agree with a lot of that. One of the reasons I say I want to agree is a lot of times people gain weight and they be like, how did this just happen? And you be saying, I've seen it like daily. And again, what I love about what Jamal said, her routines changed and you didn't do anything about it, didn't say anything. So you really did add to that negative equation.
Okay.
And a lot of times, women will catch it sooner anyway. And they like, ooh, what this look like? Baby, don't look bad. Does it still fit? And you don't want the argument. You be like, yeah, it still fit. Knowing that button about to kill somebody. So sometimes we have to take a little bit more ownership and say, again, we need to work out. We need to look at some things. And I will say some people, and remember this topic was she refused to lose weight. Some people feel like they feel better with the weight on them compared to when I met them. So it can be a situation where it's not how we're looking at it. That's why I want to make sure we have a good discussion all the way around.
Right.
Because some people were skinny all their life and they really feel like the more weight made them feel more happier because they were so skinny and was teased. They were sliding through closed doors and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now that they got tatas and they got some backside, but they got some love handles, they got some other things, and they ain't worried about that because they like, I got some other stuff. There's people looking at me, baby, and I like the attention. But to you, I gave you attention before you had all that. Because my attention is never just on the outside, it's been on the inside. I always loved you for you, and now all of a sudden you become worldly. So now you are that person that's on Instagram that got to take a picture of themselves all the time and show the world how you done gained in your great extras.
Right.
And they loving it. Your likes are high, but you losing all my respect. See, sometimes some wins and some losses, and you got to recognize what it is, and then I tell you on the other half what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Because I'm coming next. Go ahead, tell me about what you're thinking there, Craig.
Okay. I mean, I'm just taking it in, Jay.
Still taking it in?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things to address in this conversation. And I'll just throw out a few of them. We may not get to them all now, but let me just name a few of them. I guess I'll say there has to be a love factor. I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship with somebody and they get out of weight, it doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It doesn't mean that they may not still continue to take care of your home and, provide for you or love up on you or, whatever those things are. They may still be a good person,
Right.
but they don't you know, there's got to be a love factor. You got to love your wife like she's family, like she's a sister or cousin. You got to love them like that. So you can never detach from them for things that don't really matter. Listen, we see men, now maybe men's standards aren't as high as we think they are, but we see a lot of men walking around with women who are overweight. And
some people are attracted to them.
Some people are, listen, and the Lord ain't gonna make no mistake. He gonna put that attraction in everybody for somebody. And that may be, you know, and sometimes it don't just be the bigness, sometimes it be beyond that. Like, I don't really care about what you look like or how you necessarily carry yourself. I just want to know that you're a good person, and I want to know that you got my back.
Hold
right?
on.
CJ, you're a...
No, crap. I just want to make sure you just make sure. Hold on, player. It matters what the heck you look like that. Hold on. I mean, you can't stare at me on this.
Save his way out of an argument. Man, y'all being too nice.
No, that's crap, baby.
You hurt nobody 350 pounds. I could love you all I want to, but I know some people that'll love me to the death, that'll love me to my grave.
Right.
If you know I'm overweight and I got a heart problem and you still supporting me eating all that pork and fat food, well, I know I might have a problem, but you won't support me to death.
Right.
If I love you, I want to. Most people, when you work out, you want to stay active. You want to keep doing things or whatever. But you notice that when you go into depression, you in a funk, you start gaining weight. You don't care what you eat no more. You don't care what you put in yourself. If you don't have somebody in your corner that really love you, they will watch you die slowly and still say they love you.
Yeah.
I want somebody that's gonna be in my corner to say, "Hey, bruh, your 8-pack then turned into a 40-ounce. What's happening?"
Right. And that means that there is truly a time for tough love.
I agree.
Yeah, there is truly a time for tough love, and you know, just like your spouse just might, you know, manage the business, the household business a certain way, and if you go outside of them lines, or you spending money that the household shouldn't spend, or you're, you know, not taking care of the yard, you know, the housing authority writing your letters and all kinds of stuff, that, you know, there may be time for tough love, and that's really what we're in each other's life for, is to kind of keep each other growing, keep each other, you know, healthy, keep each other up to date. So I love your perspective on it, man. I love your perspective on it. In the next segment, particularly the second half of the show, we have to talk about the fact that change is inevitable. And how are you going to deal when the people who you love change? Right? We will cover that. Let's get ready to go to break.
We're gonna go to break.
It's just about that time.
But I agree with you. How do you handle that? That's a sidebar discussion that everybody got to have. But one of the things that you got to remember, refuse.
Right.
Okay? See, that right there changes the game. And again, when we get to the 8 o'clock segment, we definitely got to get in that, because that might be the breaking point of a lot of people. Because when you refuse, that means you ain't trying to ever make change.
Right.
And that's when other changes take place.
Yes.
But I'm not saying that happens to you. And again, not to offend anybody, if you're a plus size woman, please understand, you can still be loved and people still have an attraction to you. I remember one time I liked some thick women, you know, it's not a problem, okay?
Right.
I ain't as young as I used to be. I can't handle that all on my back right about now, but I can tell you at one time that was not even an issue, didn't care about it. So again, only thing I can tell you is eat healthier, but please understand, it's not for me to say everybody need to be a small person. No. We need to do more about what we take in and better ourselves. But I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's just we know about our bad eating, fast food, and all the rest. We want to make sure we bring some attention to our eating habits, but not just the attention to the fact that some people are way obese. Some things could be medical. I'm not trying to pick with anybody, but one of the things we want to do is just bring attention to some things that goes on. And if you got a fetish for a big woman, I ain't got a problem with you.
Yeah.
I just know my back, how it's designed.
Yeah.
And the way I'm built right about now.
Yeah.
Can't handle all that. I'm just trying to tell you.
Right. You know, and it is time for us to go, but I would just love to, I'm a kind of a visionary, and it would be nice if we could somehow inspire all the 20 and 30-year-olds to change their eating habits so that they don't face a heart attack at 50 and 60.
At a young age.
Right? And I do it myself. You know, I can only eat fried chicken once a week. Period.
Just once.
Once a week. I cannot have it 2 or 3 days a week.
Just
Everything else had to be broiled. And, it's got to be grilled, but one time a week. And that's something that, I started many years ago, but I think it has kept a lot of cholesterol out of my system, So it's minor, but I think it's making a big difference in my
let's just say
my latter years.
We got some changes in the future.
Yeah. Folks, we're going to break. We're going to be right back with Brother Jay and Jamal right after this break. Hello.
Jumping from the TV to AP kind of quick, man. I don't know if you really should be doing that, man.
How you calling me?
I'm just saying, man. What happened to the Love Jones, bro?
Call the pot. They call it black.
Oh, you call it black, because I stir fry this.
Yeah, I know you do.
I do.
Mixed vegetables.
What? Hey, we got to eat healthy, right? You told me less fried food.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Eat your vegetables.
That's right. We got to get them going because we got somebody that might be able to put some change to the game, and that's my man Jeffrey. How you doing tonight, big dog?
Brother Jay, what's going on with you?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm just kind of scared about how your day went at work. That's what we want to know. How was your day, Jeffrey?
Right. What's up, baby?
Man, Brother Craftmatic, what the deal is?
Man, we holding on strong, bruh. So excited about your segment, man. How was your day today, bruh?
Brothers, I tell you what, they called me at 6:45, asked me to come into work early because they know I got the steals to get the bills paid. However,
Right.
You know what time it is.
No doubt, no doubt.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why they might be single, but before we get to that, here is my disclaimer. Now, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you and if it doesn't apply to you, and I want you to put your foot up in this shoe.
Right.
But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're going to learn something tonight. Ladies, you are first.
All right.
Now, ladies, some of y'all are single because you are chasing the fantasy. And when I say chasing the fantasy, I mean you're chasing a man that's 6'6", got a six-pack, and makes six figures. You are chasing a man that does not exist in your sphere of influence within your immediate circle. You want that man that's light-skinned with a little dark skin to him. You want that man that's corporate with just enough thug that you can take him to the hood. You want that man that is paid, but you got that broke mentality so he'll floss on you and spend all his money on you. That's the type of man you're looking for, and I'm here to tell you, ladies, you are chasing a fantasy. The reality is, the minute that you step up your game, the minute that you begin to radiate a different energy from the inside, the right type of man will come to you, and his height ain't gonna matter. Because there's gonna be something inside that man that was attracted to you that's so compelling that you will not be able to refuse this man. You will not be able to deny yourself. Because once you glow and attract from the inside, you attract the right person to you. You keep on chasing that 6'6" brother making six figures with that six-pack, well, you just might have ended up with the devil, and the devil gonna keep your ass single.
Boy, I tell you what, we know what's happening, right? We know, what do you say, man? They're chasing perfection, and perfection doesn't exist. If you chase perfection, the odds are you won't find it, right? The odds are you won't find it, and you're going to end up being single. He doesn't exist. Listen, I'm a great guy, but I got a few problems. I mean, I just want, I'm a talk show host.
So I
keep it real. I gotta keep some love in it, but the realness is we all come with something. And we just need you to, find a little more love for my something and help me through it. Tonight we're talking about helping people through it.
That's true.
So I think you're right on point, Brother Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, you dead on point because I got some issues too.
Yeah.
That's why on my license, I'm really 6 foot, even.
Okay.
I put 5'11". They be like, you ain't even 6 foot, I'd be like, I put 5'11" for the longest because see, you chasing a number.
Right.
What you looking for, I'm not even trying to measure up to.
Right.
Because if you really find out about me, I've been taller than what my actual size was in the beginning. But you never wanted to get to know me. It's always about them upfront numbers, okay? You can't read this book, you gotta open it.
You gotta open it.
You gotta open
read,
it.
And read every page, include
In
the
my
footnote.
interest.
The footnote, yeah, you know. Right on point, Jeffrey. Keep it moving, baby.
Next!
All right, fellas, don't think that I'm letting y'all off the hook.
Uh-oh.
Brothers, you are next. Brothers, you might be single because you are actually trying to beat a damn fantasy. I mean, you're spending so much money trying to look good that you forget that you need to invest in your own wealth, your physical, mental, and spiritual wealth. You're so busy knowing the statistics of MJ versus LeBron, and you know them stats down from day one to the last day MJ played, but you don't even know your sexual status. You don't know anything about what's going on with your health, but you know about these other two men that's making millions and millions of dollars. You're not taking the time to make yourself that dude. I need you to understand, when you're that dude, you can just walk into the room and the cookie comes to you because you are that dude.
Right.
You keep on chasing them stats without building your own spiritual wealth. You keep on chasing the dream by looking good and smelling good, but not having anything on the inside. All you're going to end up with attracting a lot of women that like that outer shell, but will reject you because there's nothing for them to cleave to but a damn fantasy. And they're going to leave you alone with that fantasy by yourself, single.
Single.
Ouch.
And I got a perfect story. I'll make it really, really quick. I work in a car dealership, folks.
Right.
And I had a couple to come into my dealership. Young couple, beautiful couple. I mean, they were both, you know, beautiful people, right? They drove up in a Mercedes, and the little young man got out, said, I want to buy that Mercedes over there. And I said, okay. We test drove him, came back inside, put a credit application together, and it came back, he had a 475 beacon score.
That's pretty low.
And
you didn't know.
Now here's the point. This young man is, I don't know if he's trying to impress this young lady or live on her level, but he's living a fantasy.
Right.
We looked at his credit report, and the last 4 entries that he has on his credit card was a repo for $60,000, a repo for $32,000, a repo for $28,000, and another repo for $16,000. And now he's trying to buy another $40,000 car. Get out of the fantasy, man. You don't need things and stuff to be known. You don't need things and stuff to impress. You don't need things and stuff to get a lady. It might help a little bit, but if you're trying to impress people with something that you're not, something that you don't have, you're living in a fantasy. And fellas, we got to stop it, and stop it right now, because we're only fooling ourselves.
I totally agree, and I throw myself in this equation. One of the things I say, Kraft is a great car salesman. One of the things I did is I called Kraft up when I needed another vehicle. I used to drive around a van, so I got no sex appeal in driving a van. I'm just trying to tell you right now.
Not at all, yeah.
It was the most embarrassing thing to be riding around in. Soccer dad got talked about and did not care. And anybody know me know I don't even roll like that. I don't care like that. It was for business. It's a hustle game. But I wanted another vehicle. Me and Kraft talked shortly. Told him kind of, I wasn't even impressed. Kraft just find me something. I gave him some small details of what I like. He found something, showed me a couple pictures, I told him I like it. I buy it. He was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, bro, he's like, you don't test drive it? I said, I test drive on my way
Yeah, it was
home.
literally the easiest sell I ever made.
And
so
my
to
whole
speak,
thing
but-
is, when a person does for me, I will do for them. But the bottom line is, I don't have to be picky, and I'm not looking about how it's gonna win another woman's boss.
Yeah.
It is something that I like. They gravitate to me.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people gravitate to a Mercedes, a BMW, another car, and I do have a BMW. Now it's a sexy car. Don't
They
get me
wanna
wrong.
spend money.
But you're going for a social status that I really see. You got to achieve within yourself first.
There you go, man.
And when
There
you
go.
get comfortable, your car gets sexier.
There you go.
Because I ain't gonna lie, when I bought it, I thought it was just a nice vehicle. Now it's sexy. You make it
All right.
sexy.
All
Okay.
right. That's
Just
all
saying.
point. Appreciate you, Jay. All right,
Always.
all right, brother Jeffrey, we got you.
Bring it together, my brother.
Man, brothers, listen to me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
My brother posted this on Facebook. It said, what are we going to do about the NFL players if they don't stand up for themselves over this national anthem thing the NFL just passed? And I pushed back.
I said, what do you mean what we going to do if the NFL players don't stand up? I want you to understand something. This movement started by an NFL player who right now can't get a job. And we're over here still finding room to criticize the NFL players. Nah, player.
Right.
At this point, we have to show some reciprocity. They kneel to support something that's going on in our community.
Yeah.
And to further blur the issue, now we want to protest them for not protesting more for us.
Right.
That don't make no damn sense.
Right.
I can guarantee you, it's about 30 to 40,000 black people that go to each one of these damn football games on Sunday. All you got to do is not go. What happens is you take that immediate revenue and then that residual revenue that they get off TV, it might push that market to a blackout. And if the game is blacked out, they're not getting TV revenue in the local market, and that hurts their pocket. Quit talking about when the NFL players all go skip the game on Sunday. They spent the whole damn season spreading the message, giving us the spark.
Yeah.
And we have yet to pick up our own torches and start to march and lighting the way for others. We're still expecting them to do more. So I would submit this to the brothers and to the sisters. If you don't know by now that they don't want us standing up for nothing, they don't want us to do anything but either shut up and play basketball or shut up and play football. If you don't see that by now, you blind on your own. I have not, and I will not watch another NFL game. I won't come to your house if you showing the NFL game. Ain't nobody in my house gonna turn the TV on for an NFL game. I promise you, if we start taking the steps behind what those few NFL players did, then we get their attention. Until then, we're just playing around, fantasizing about being united. And that's all I got.
Now, I'm gonna jump in and tell you, Jeffrey, you got the mic all day long.
Drop the mic.
But last year I did a blackout, and I did that blackout, and I did not go. And I wanted to see the new stadium, but because of what I can't go to a stadium that I already feel like I'm not gonna give them my money. I can't say I've never seen a game, Jeffrey. I'm not gonna say I never had a game on in the house because I have other people living in my house. I did a blackout, and I try my best not to turn it on and watch it myself. But if I went somewhere and it was on, whatever. My whole thing is I wasn't contributing. I wasn't going to the game. I wasn't buying the jersey. I was not trying to give them any of my money.
Yeah.
Because I knew what was going on, and I really feel like we have to make a stand. But unfortunately, I got people around me bragging about going to the stadium. I see them on Facebook in the stands, but yet they want to come and give me their point of view about it. But they're on the same ticket with me. Oh, yeah, we right there with you. But I just seen you on Facebook. Oh, yeah, but my wife wanted to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen,
We gotta
at
see
what
the bigger
point
picture.
we got to make her realize where we stand.
Yeah.
She's standing strong right there with you. There's other things y'all can do.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to push my agenda on anyone.
Yeah.
We have to understand what goes on. And you looking for a team to do it? I was just proud that they was looking at the fact that they're tired of seeing it too.
Right.
We have to get better. And it takes individuals, and I love what Jeffrey said. He ain't doing it, I'm not gonna do it. We all have to take our own stand. And I really feel like it's not about us pushing that agenda. We all got to come together and push it as a united front.
Absolutely.
Because individually, that's what they love it. Because we still going, and they still getting money, and we still doing things that they expect.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it takes time.
Yeah, and folks, just like voting, what you do matters. Just like voting, what you do matters. And you get one family who will take $500 out of the NFL's mouths a year, and you start moving in numbers, that matters. But I think the fundamental issue that we have here is that people are not seeing the issue clearly. There's been so many mixed messages going out there, and I think Jeffrey did a superb job of bringing home the fundamental issue. The fundamental issue is that we have players who took risk upon their own careers and their own incomes to make a stance for things that are happening in our communities. It's not happening in their communities, perhaps it is, but they standing for us. And now we can't turn our backs on them. We can't start blaming them for the issue, right? We got to stand up and do something that's going to affect the higher power. You see, the Bible said there are higher realms of authority that are in place, and those are the ones that we have to target in their pockets. So get them every single time. So thank you so much, Jeffrey, for that commentary, man. That's powerful. We have just a few moments. Actually, we only got like 2 minutes, but let me get your input on the subject for tonight. It goes like this: that if your significant other gains weight and refuse to lose it, what would you do?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I've been back in the gym trying to get myself back in shape. That's the first thing, so we'll try to inspire. But the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to work her ass out of that bed. I mean, I'm going to bend her ass over. It's going to be a doggone triathlon in the bedroom. She's going to have to exercise to keep up with me, because her cardiovascular system is going to be taxed by the time I'm through taxing that ass.
Right.
I'm going to put some pressure on her to get her metabolism going.
Okay.
So whatever I got to do to burn them calories, we're going to start the bedroom first. The second thing, though, is this. I'm going to make sure that the food that we eat, what we actually put in our bodies, changes. Because if she's just sitting down eating, pork chops and all this other stuff that's not helping all day, that stuff's going to stop coming in the house.
Right.
It's going to be some green leafy food,
right,
some vegetable, and a whole lot of pineapples. I think you know why we need them pineapples.
Oh, yeah. That bedroom food right there.
I'm going to work that ass like a part-time job if she lose that weight.
I love it.
You nasty. You my boy.
And I'm sure there's plenty more commentary there. We're out of time here, but I noticed that what Jeffrey ultimately said was that he wasn't going to ask her for nothing.
No.
He was going to make the changes necessary for her to lose the weight. He was going to, put the pressure on her in terms of performance in the bedroom, and he was going to make sure that he changes the diet in the house. I love it, man. That's what real men do. That's what a husband would do. That's what your man should be doing. So we're going to leave that to the, we're going to leave, whoa, man.
You were hyped now.
I like that, man. I like the concreteness of that. Thank you so much, Brother Jeffrey, for being with us, man. You always do a fabulous job. Any parting words for us tonight, sir?
Oh, brothers, man, I'm looking forward to these big changes that's coming this way. I think Trump done pissed us off so bad, and he gonna know what he's done to that spark that was already lit. There's gonna be some major repercussions from that. And the NFL, boy, they just don't know what's coming, but they about to see it.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got.
All right, and we'll be right back, folks, right after this song.
We back in the building again. I'm sitting next to my man Craftmatic after we just got done with my man Jeffrey. Wow! Man, when I tell you, my man, bring it like no other. I love the way how you took ownership of that issue towards the end, on how to handle that weight thing.
I like that too, man. Because that's what people need who are in that situation. They need help. They need somebody to come in and say, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to do it with you. I know we don't have Jamal on the line now, but okay, let me just throw this out there, right?
What you want to throw?
Jamal, friend of the show, friend of the family.
Right.
Like to smoke bud.
Right.
He's a weed smoker, right?
Oh, yeah. He chronic.
And let's just assume his wife or his lady is also a weed smoker.
Right.
Munchies come soon after you smoke a little bit. Right?
Right.
So now he's got his lady in a perpetual cycle of eating late and, eating after 7 o'clock, and eating all kinds of crazy things, some sweets and all that stuff. And then she blow up, that he's part contributor to that.
Correct.
Right? And I think that's happening a lot in America. That's, obesity has a lot to do with the munchies in America, right? It's because there's a lot of people who participate, whether it be for health reasons or just for entertainment, and that has a tendency to weigh heavy on the diet because you can't be eating honey buns at 11, 12 o'clock at night, right?
No, I agree.
That's a problem in having your lady, participate in that activity with you. It creates a problem, right?
I'm gonna jump in real quick. I think I got my boy on the line.
Who?
Jamal.
Okay.
We got Jamal.
What's wrong, baby?
We can't just leave you out, bro. I mean, we trying to see if some of habits can also contribute to your girl getting kind of big, that you don't always want to take responsibility for, because again, she just trying to make sure you happy, but she's snacking when you snacking, and it's now starting overlapping.
Right.
I'm politically correct again.
Okay.
All right. Let me. The name of the show is Bar Talk with Jay. So y'all talking all spiritually and trying to lead the black development. Y'all tell these men what they need to do. First thing first. If your woman was 225 when you walked in, guess what? That is the baseline. That means if she goes over 225, hey, you already knew what it was going in. If she go under, hey baby, I support it. You do not go tell that woman, baby, you gaining weight. You will not like the response, I promise you. She gonna hit you with every low blow. Then why your drawers so dirty? Then why you ain't cook your own food? Hey, listen, don't do that. Don't. If you want your woman to lose weight, you lose weight with her.
There you go. A team approach.
Period.
There you go. There you go.
If you say it, hey, babe, you slipping. You letting yourself go.
You can't say that.
Don't expect to be in the bedroom for the next couple of days. You on the couch.
Right. Because no matter what, you got to always make her feel sexy. You got to always make her feel wanted. You got to always
make her feel wanted. Her feeling sexy is a level of confidence in herself. I build my woman's confidence up. I tell my woman, baby, you are more beautiful to me than any other woman out there. I don't care what man step up to you. Ain't no man gonna love you more than me. Period.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna love you or want you more than me. But that does not mean my woman is sexy. Baby, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying other men out there.
Right.
Then you gotta put yourself in that sexy position. You gotta go get the lingerie, get the heels. Let the man come home from work and you ain't nothing but wearing nothing but one of his, buttoned up shirts and a thong underneath. You know what I'm saying? Do something to spice it up. Instead of being in the bedroom, take it to the kitchen right there one good time. What's happening?
Yeah.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy is not what you look like. Sexy is an attitude. It's a level of confidence.
Right.
And if you don't have that, then you don't have that. You can't teach game. I can tell you how to drink it, but I have to lead you to it. I mean, you're going to drink it.
Right. Right. Yeah, and what I was talking about was how you treat her. You know what I mean? You still touch her or hold her? Do you still cuddle at night? Do you still, walk by and slap on the butt, while she's in the kitchen? I mean, do you make her feel like she's sexy? You know what I mean? That's what we're talking about.
If it looks good, then we gonna touch. If it don't look good, I'm not gonna reward you for negative behavior. That's like a woman giving you something and you ain't did nothing around the house all week. It just don't match the reward.
Okay.
You have to earn it.
Yeah. So speak quickly to the point that now I don't know if your lady smokes, but if she does smoke, she probably get the munchies late, and that means she gonna be eating.
Right.
She gonna be eating late. How do you deal with weight gain when you contributing?
Hold on. Now, smoking ain't gonna be the cause of no overweight, nothing. We not gonna even let that.
It is.
Smoking leaves you happy, hungry, and you might get a little afterwards. But we not gonna blame Mary Jane. Mary Jane has been faithful to us. Okay, we not throwing her under the bus. We will not disrespect that woman of God like that.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if we smoke together, a couple that smoke together gonna stay together. A couple that pray together gonna stay together. A couple that work out together gonna work it out together.
Okay.
If I want to smoke with my best friend, my woman, that's my Ace-Boon Coon.
Right.
Baby, you rolling up while I'm in the kitchen, hey, that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Put mine right next to my shot of Henny and my steak and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? We do that together.
Right. Right.
All right,
For me,
Yeah, go ahead.
It's time to change the game up, man. Y'all being so nice, and I like how y'all work together. You know, it's time for some real bar talk. All right, look, Jay gonna look into you like this.
So
okay?
Jay, if your significant other gained weight and refused to lose it, what would you do?
I'm gonna drive her ass like a bad habit.
You are crazy.
Bro, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I mean, I love how y'all
There's no
talking.
love in that.
It is love in it. When I got in with her, she weighed 150. She up to 250.
Right.
And she refusing to lose it. I told her when she was getting that big, I ain't like it. She was suffocating me.
She got to go.
So, and you gonna tell me you gonna keep putting all that on me? I'm barely breathing now. I ain't built for all that. So that's what.
I'm back with you.
I'm just saying, you better get on that cart and roll that behind them. Man, let me tell you something.
Hold up. Go ahead.
It's not an easy task. And don't get me wrong. Would I leave a person for just getting big on me? Now I'm gonna be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, probably not. But I'm gonna tell you something. I can't blame that, and that's normally what happens. And guess what? When I blame her for the weight, she might lose the weight and then think she can get me back, and it never was the weight. It might have been her mouth. Okay. For the fact that she told me what she wasn't gonna do. For the fact that she keeps telling me that no, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Okay. Well, again, I have an ego. All right. But you keep feeding your face and you keep gaining weight, which is obvious, and I ignored that.
Right.
Because I loved you. I looked past the weight, and I still seen you even when you got big.
Right.
But when you start denouncing me, speaking up in public on me, and think everything's gonna stay the same, 9 times out of 10, the weight might be the thing that I say I love you, but being truthful, that you don't always being truthful in a relationship, it was your mouth.
Yeah.
It's your mouth I couldn't bear, and I didn't want to tell you, so I blamed it on your weight because you had a problem with it. You brought it to my attention because they'll tell you all the time, baby, am I getting fat? You know damn well you're getting fat. You look in the mirror and say it just like I can. But you want me to make it don't sound that bad.
Right.
It look just as bad to you as it look bad to me. But I look past it.
Okay.
Because I know you was with me when my stuff started poking out.
Right.
And we started trying to do things together, but it didn't always work out how we wanted. So I didn't trip, you did.
Right.
But you didn't know how to stop your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's to a point, I can't take it. Instead of me saying the honest truth, it's your mouth. No, but it's your weight. And again, it's a conversation piece. It hurts, but it's a conversation piece that needs to be happening.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of times people blaming things other than what's real. And what happened, people go out and they get this surgery. And they alter their body and everything, and then they drastic weight loss, and then they get skin grafting because they got this extra stuff all over them. Okay, they go through all this, and they thinking they're going to get back that person they was with. Not even understanding they never really changed their mouth or what really caused the problem because I never really gave it to them.
Yeah.
And that right there is always going to be a problem. It's one of the things that we need to address. And my whole thing is people might gain weight for whatever reason. I'm not tripping on that.
Right.
My whole thing is you do, and I love Jeffries, try to work it out. I can put it in the bedroom and try to work it off her. But again, when you refuse, and that was one of the things I said is real big, it's like you comfortable and you going to accept me for how I am. And sometimes you got to understand you disrespecting the person that you with. Because it should be about compromise. You can say, I'm happy with this, but maybe I need to tone some things up because at this point, I'm not totally rebelling. And a lot of times what goes on behind closed doors, and we don't always want to talk about, is you really disrespect.
And let me ask you this, Jay. So you have a girlfriend, fiance, a wife, and she gains the weight. She's comfortable being a big girl, right?
Yeah.
So, in essence, what you are saying is that I don't like the way you look. Now, man, that's a thin line.
What do you mean? What's thin about it? It wasn't thin when she got it. See,
But no, listen, now she's comfortable as a big girl.
Right, she like it.
Like, hey, I'm cool, I'm happy, you know what I'm saying?
Look good to me.
Yeah.
To her.
To look good to her, and so you're saying that, hey, I probably need to fire you from my life because you don't want to look like what I want you to look like.
No.
Is that a control issue?
It's not a control thing to me. My whole thing is, when I seen her at a certain size, that caused the chemistry, and that's a like. I have my like, she has her like. Just like she seen me at a certain size. If I become real big, I can start being unattractive to her.
Okay.
Okay? Because she didn't see me like how I'm starting to grow out and all that.
Right.
And if it's starting to make her feel a certain way, she really got to respond to it, because the bottom line, it will cause her not to be sexually attractive to me. Just like if she gained a lot of weight, she can start being not attracted. I'm not attracted to a whole lot of weight. Some weight gain, I can work with. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when you keep gaining and you on Instagram and you showing everybody and they saying how fine it is, and I know for a fact it's not all that to me. And I'm telling you, yeah, they might be saying your likes going up and all this. I prefer you how you are, baby, because you know I love you. But she wants to follow the trend. Her likes goes up more and more every week. She get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now to her, she's driving a new business. To me, she's driving me away. You're not listening to me. You're all about them. Now at that point, you gave in to social media. You ain't giving it to your man.
Right.
At that point, you mess with my ego.
Yeah, and I think it's important that when the issue, because she's going to be gaining weight over time, and you're not going to be rejecting her over that time. But at a certain point, you're going to start to, not want her anymore, not desire her anymore, and somewhere in that equation, you got to bring it up. And I think how you bring it up will determine if you reach the destination.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to tell you some things you don't do.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, one of the things you don't do is go in public and tell everybody in front of everybody about how much weight she done
What's that,
gained.
Maury Povich? What's that? What's
bro.
that show?
I'm going to tell you right now,
yeah.
that happened to me. I done that. Didn't work out well for
Right.
me, and it's just like you said, you ain't
Yeah.
getting in the bedroom. You're gonna be warned the next time you go out. So some of these things I really want to point out. You really do want to have a private conversation about weight gain. But again, I really do feel like it's something that you can talk about, and you should be more open. I don't think you should hold your tongue. If it's something, I don't say it's unattractive to me, you're unattractive to me. It's more like it's starting to be to a point where we have to address it. Okay?
Okay.
And then what Jeffrey said is, you don't tell her about what you're gonna do in that bedroom.
Right.
You just do it. That means you have to work out, and that means you're bringing it. And that way, she don't feel nothing different. It's like, man, he made me sweat. That's the whole thing. That's what gets the cardio going.
Right.
So now you made her sweat. Talking about the gym ain't gonna be a problem.
Right.
She already had the workout. And guess what? Y'all enjoyed each other.
Right.
It gets back to the basic that we tend to get away from. The fried food and the rest, I will admit, I do more fried food than average, but my whole thing is I try to do more chicken and fish. I try to get away from the burgers and everything.
Yeah.
But again, it takes time, and you can't expect to change your life overnight, especially if you don't have a wife. Like, I don't have a wife, so
Right.
but I have a mother that looks out for me. And again, I'm that person that don't rely on her either, because I have to make sure I take care of myself. Because when I'm out there and I drive a truck, I got to make sure when I go someplace, I go to a healthier place.
Yeah.
I can't just stop at
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna mention no names, but a fast food restaurant and expect the best when you already know what it is.
Yeah, and I don't know, just a point of reference for the next segment, that if you saw a mama and you saw a grandmama, you already knew she was gonna gain weight.
I'm gonna be.
You already, and what
You
you're
about to
trying,
get- you
what
about
you're
to get
trying
some
to do
people in
is make
trouble.
me become one of your fantasies. That's what she gonna think, right? And that's just not something you do. Listen, change is inevitable. People are going to change, and they're not gonna look like you want to look. They might grow too much facial hair. They might, they might develop some bad habits. They might start gambling. They might wear clothes that you don't like because they're trying to be sexy, and you don't think they should put that on. They may start hanging out with certain people. People are going to change. And I think that's what this discussion, the underlying issue of this discussion is: how do we deal with people who change? Because they're not going to change like we want them to change, right? They're not going to be what we want them to be. They're certainly not going to be who they were, ever. They're going to be a completely different person, and we have to begin to acknowledge that and find a way to deal with that and work with it and become a part of it, because it is who they are, right? You know, it's time for a break, folks, but you get somebody who grew a belly, over 20 years, and you ain't say nothing, and you expect them to get rid of that, that belly ain't going nowhere.
No
You can put
ties.
all the you know, they might get healthier, but that's who they are, and that's who they was meant to be, and that's who they're gonna be. And so now we gotta love them through it. That means my wife, after 20 years, might not be the finest thing in the world, but she got my heart, and she got my things and stuff, and I'm gonna take care of her, and she gonna take care of me. I got something way below the surface of how we look on the outside, and that's what we got to lean on. So let's go ahead and take a quick break. Folks, we are going in on the subject, and we want to hear from you. Send your comments through Facebook. We're live right now. We'll be back right after this song.
Jay, one of the things Jay wanted to tell you as we come back in here, I just feel compelled to make sure I say this. One of the things that I really love about when I dated earlier, I dated all sizes.
Okay.
And because of that, it made me less judgmental about a person gaining or losing. Because I've dated different sizes.
Right.
But what I really like is what made them want to go up or down. Was it really disgust, or was it just bad habits? Now see, that's what makes you really want to home in on the person that you're with.
Right.
Because when you was with a big girl, she was already big. And you was able to find out, was it habits? Was it just genetics? Like you said, grandmother was big, it was just big boned, just natural.
Right.
Okay, so I had to learn that. So I had to date a big girl to know it.
Okay.
Little female, well, she was little, but her mama was big. So you got that, maybe later on it might change.
Might change.
These things are prevalent.
Yes.
When you date them and see that. But if you don't have no clue about that, it could be a whole nother story.
Yes.
So one of the things that I'm not promoting everybody to go dating everybody. That's not what I'm doing. I've done it. That don't mean you have to do it.
Right.
It's just some of the things that I am not quick. And again, I did say if she gains so much, I'll just walk away. Please understand. The reason I say that is because I'm more been dating, and I kind of know what I like, what I don't like, but I am more open because I'm not judgmental. If I meet a person and they big, I have no problem meeting them. I believe in being friends first. I don't care to look at everybody and say, that's the person I got to sleep with.
Right.
It's not just about that. I have to touch people because I have a mission.
Right.
And it ain't always to touch them in that way. And that's why I love meeting people, and I always will. So if you're a big woman and you don't look at me in the right way, and you want to meet me, hey, I am open to talk to you in any facet, any way, to help you along your way. I'm not a person that can help you through all the dieting and all the rest, but I know Chef Weirdo that can show you some great cooking. So I'm meeting a lot of people that can help you, and that's what we do. But I got somebody special on for y'all tonight. Yeah, somebody that my man Kraft looks across the table and says, yeah, says, AP, baby, how you doing? Okay, that's when you're supposed to speak, AP. AP.
You with us, AP? No, she not here. She not here. She will. She will. I know she just told, she just gave us.
Hey guys.
There
Hey,
you go.
hey.
Hey.
What's happening?
Okay, we knew AP was a little slow.
How y'all doing today?
We are doing good.
You made Kraft happy.
Yeah, we are doing real good.
Yeah, he happy
Listen,
now.
don't let Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stir the pot, AP. I'm sure I am. He was a little bit. What? AP ain't on? He had that
Oh my
and then he
God.
heard your voice. Oh, he started smiling and stuff. I ain't seen him smile that hard since the show started.
He always puts me in this category with the lady co-host. So you you don't worry about him. How you doing tonight? Everything going well for you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm sorry I couldn't make it tonight.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, it ain't
listen,
crap. It
just
ain't
spending
okay.
a few minutes here on the line with us is everything. So
Yeah.
we would love to
For
get
sure.
your take, because we've been talking a lot, as you've probably been hearing. We've been talking a lot about women, mostly women,
Yeah.
but people who start to change. You know, they lose maybe good eating habits. They stop caring about working out and what they put in their bodies.
Kraft, say it, man. They got fat.
They get fat. So if your significant other gained weight and refused to lose it, what would you do?
Mhm. And I know that we already established this is a refuse to. This is not they can't. This is not a medical condition in which
Right.
is preventing them from dropping these LBs. Yeah, so for me, that's a deal breaker. That's called bait and switch. Like, the reason why I fell in love with you was because, you looked a certain way, because, you acted a certain way. I have to be physically attracted to you first and foremost.
Right.
So I definitely understand, couples who typically put on, what they call that love weight,
Right.
During the first honeymoon period or whatever. But, if y'all are getting fat together, that's one thing. But, if one of you is still the same size relatively, and the other one has put on 20, 30 pounds plus, that's a problem. That's selfish. You don't do that. That's real selfish.
Well, and so you're going to be saying something while the weight is getting put on, right? You're not going to just wait until the crescendo when it's time to go.
Oh no, I'm definitely when you'll say certain stuff like, "Oh, you a little softer than normal." I remember your arms being harder than, or more defined than this. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a way that you deliver that kind of information, so that it's because that can be a tender subject.
You a Pillsbury Doughboy? Michelin Man.
That could be a tender subject, but but there's the ways that you deliver stuff. You used to do push-ups every night. What happened to that? That kind of,
Right. Right.
Or you used to go play ball with your boys every Sunday. What? You should go do that. You should start doing that again.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely think that that's not fair. You can't just refuse. You just gonna let yourself go and expect me to be okay with that? And just sounds nah, that's not okay. And we definitely would have to have conversations about it.
Right. And see, I see a man, and I want you to answer the perspective, kind of from the man's perspective, and talk about women, because, I guess it does happen with men, but, we're interested in, as it happens to women, how do you, coach your woman or develop her, what does she need in order to change her mind?
So I heard Jeffrey's response to the same question earlier, and that was perfect.
Yes.
Because number one, typically, and I'm generalizing, but typically, you want to match when you go out with your spouse. You know what I'm saying? When you all go out, you don't want to enter into a room and people be well, how did he pull her? Or how did she pull him? You kind of want to be a good-looking couple together. So,
right.
I liked his whole analogy of first he is her inspiration. So, if I noticed my dude was, getting kind of soft and pudgy, I'd be I start, kind of working out, getting my cardio game up, going for jogs and stuff, inviting him to come along with me. I did like the fact that he would change the food in the house and stuff like that. So, there's definitely things that you can do so that both of you all are on a healthy kick. And so that one person who has put on some pounds doesn't feel, isolated, like they're alone in this, endeavor. It's not a you thing. It's a let's get healthy thing. It's a we thing. So that's cool, for sure.
Yeah. And so, if you're, if you're the man and your lady gets to where you see a lot of these ladies are, do you just leave them? Do you cheat on them?
Let me tell you something. I have gone to undergrad reunions and shit. Oh my God!
Right.
You don't recognize chicks.
Right.
They let themselves go ridiculous.
Right.
Ridiculous. Some of them triple in size. And they will like to blame it on baby weight, but if your kid is if your youngest is 10, what you been doing for 2 years, fam? Come on, you had time to lose this weight. What's poppin'? So I think that if they're just refusing to, that's selfish. And if you're gonna be selfish with this, what else are you gonna be selfish with in a relationship? People just aren't selfish in one arena in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
And then plus, I mean, I have sexual needs. If I'm your significant other, if I'm your spouse, if I'm your partner, like if I'm not attracted to you, like on that level, then I mean, come on, like that's selfish. Like yeah, we definitely have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm the type, I'll tell you before I cheat on you. Like I'll be like, yo, I mean, I will.
Oh no! We're in the void now.
We want to hear that.
Back up, player.
We want to
Back
hear
up.
that dialogue right
Yeah.
there. We were eagerly waiting on that word you was about to tell us.
What?
Just like, listen, baby, you need to get your head together, or I'm gonna start sharing sharing the good.
Yeah,
The cookies.
It's like, or either, I mean, because clearly, I mean, you're being selfish in the fact that you're refusing to lose the weight. So let me be selfish. You're gonna be a piece on the side that I'm attracted to. Because what's the ultimately selfish thing to do is for you to get me to agree to be in exclusive relationship with you, meaning I'm cutting off all my A-quality trim to be with you, right? And so I'm not screwing nobody else but you. The most selfish thing you can do now is get complacent, get comfortable, let yourself go. Then we not sexing no more. And I'm supposed to be cool with that, so I can't screw nobody? Come on. I got needs. Like, that's ridiculous. That's selfish.
Yeah.
That's rude.
And see, I'm of the notion, I don't think, unless the Lord do something different in my life, I don't think I'll ever have to deal with the weight issue. But a lot of times the weight issue is a byproduct of something else going on. And that could be low self-esteem. That could be, I don't know, the fear of being beautiful. There's so many different things that are going on underneath the surface, and they may not have the confidence or the will to lose the weight. You're asking them to do something that is a little afraid to do. I'm afraid to commit myself to working out 4 or 5 times a week. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be, it's gonna be something that's gonna change my life. And now I gotta get up and go. And it's hard to inspire a person who's going through something like that.
And I'll tell you all day long, just jumping on this, it's called complacent and getting lazy.
Perhaps.
It takes work.
Right.
And you don't want to put in the work because it's easier to watch an infomercial and then get this protein shake and just do the shake without doing the work behind it.
But see, here's what happens, Jay. That the work has always needed to be done, but now it reaches a point where it has to be done, and I don't know if I got it in me to do that work. I ain't never done that before. I never had to work this hard ever. So it's like life kind of forces you into
making a decision.
To doing something. Ultimately, it's going to better your health if you lose the weight. It's going to make you, maybe more appealing to your spouse. But if you, like Jay said earlier, if you still got that mouth, ain't no hip gonna ever make a difference.
No.
But a lot of that, I just wanted to make that point. There's a lot of self-esteem issues going on underneath, self-image issues going on underneath the surface, and they may have been there for a long time. But when the body was fine, then they didn't really have to worry about it. But now that the body's not fine, those issues really come to the surface of their skin.
You do. Yeah. And one of the things that I getting of age, I'm not looking to be like when I was younger. My whole thing is healthier. To be here for a couple more years where I can definitely see the fruits of all the stuff that I see, my vision. When you start living within purpose, man, you don't want to see a shorter time. You want to see the longest time possible.
Right.
So some of it was your eating habits. And again, you pick up bad habits.
Yeah.
You do. Through different, especially me, dating different people. I had some that can cook good. I had some that couldn't cook worth a damn.
Right.
So you go through different things, but I also had to learn how to cook for myself.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Everything has a purpose. You just got to go through the pains. And then you have to shift through and make the best decision for you.
Right.
This show is not to make you feel less than. I don't want nobody to feel like, okay, I'm going to go start something that you're going to stop tomorrow. Because you got to feel good about you and where you want to be and have that conversation. Your significant other should aid you. One of the things I said before,
listen,
I would leave, but the bottom line is I was with her before and I wasn't leaving because of the weight gain, because I dated different people.
Yeah.
But when you refuse, there's very little I can do at that point.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do if you refuse. But let's, the point I wanted to make is let's know that the reason they may be refusing is for something else.
Yeah.
And we got to look a little deeper and offer the kind of support that they may need. So let's turn the question around for AP. And I think this is a short answer.
Okay.
But let's say that it is a health reason. Let's say that it's a thyroid problem, it's some kind of medicine issue, whatever.
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. How do you deal with that situation? You're cutting out on us.
I'm cutting out on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
We
hear
hear
me
you
now?
now. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay. If it's a health issue, your mind is going to be completely different because this is something that, is affecting their health, shorten their lifespan. So, then you go into a different mode. You go more into a caregiver mode versus versus coming from a place of dealing with a person who's just refusing to get off their butt and go do some cardio.
Right.
There's a whole different
Yeah.
there's a whole different aspect from along with that. I mean, you're talking about, having doctor's appointments and medications and, possibly hospital stays, things like that. So, I mean, that's something that you still do have those individuals who for, I have needs. And some people still like, I need to out.
Right.
I need to go ahead and satisfy this need.
Right.
I've had couples go through similar situations.
You're
bad reception.
You're cutting out. We got bad reception.
But I definitely heard what she was saying, and the sound she was being very sympathetic of their needs, and I have to agree with her. You gotta love up on them and go through that step with them and try to encourage them along the way.
And listen,
we do apologize, AP. I don't know if it's my line or yours, but it was just breaking up real
I'm
bad.
sorry.
No,
that's
it's
okay,
not you.
But listen, at the point that we know it's medical, we have to make a clean, clear and cut decision of whether we're going to hang in there for the long haul. I mean, if you you got somebody who's dealing with an obesity issue because of thyroid, they may not have a sexual appetite anymore. They may, they may need, special walking aids, and they may not be able to go travel like you want to travel, and they give up a lot. So you're gonna have to decide, hopefully in a loving way, how you're gonna deal with it. There are a lot of people who then begin cheating, and then begin going outside of the house for their needs. And I think if I was in a situation like that, I probably would bless that event. I probably would say, baby, go get your swerve on. I can't do you no good, but be safe and come on home in the morning, But I live, I have an open mind and an open heart about a lot of things. But that's love, that's real love. I love her enough to make sure that she gets her needs fulfilled. But listen, you absolutely have to swallow that lifelong pill that this person is not going to be the life that you've lived. Maybe again you've traveled a lot. Maybe you went to concerts and hung out, and now this person is sickly. Now this person has changed. They can't enjoy life the way you enjoy it. So you're going to have to sacrifice. And to what degree you sacrifice is obviously based on the individual. But hopefully, you swallow the pill and say, hey, I'm going to hang in there with this person for the long haul.
I would definitely swallow the pill, hang in there with them, because again, to me, it makes the relationship even stronger, because one of the things that we have to look at is better for worse. Right. And a lot of time we ain't willing to take a ride. It's all about convenience. Well, when a person's sacrificed and they took that ride with me, I have to take that ride with them.
Right.
Just giving up because of the fact that they don't look a certain way or whatever, guess what? They sacrificed for you before you ever knew about a sacrifice.
Right.
And it's time to return the favor because she didn't do it for a favor. She did it because she loved you.
Because she loved you.
And that's
right.
what love is really about. That's that, to me, that serious commitment, that bond that you really want. Not just for favoritism or for favor.
Right.
Favor ain't gonna always be there. But that person will.
That person will. That's exactly
I
right.
say yes. If you gotta take a blue, whatever I have to do to strengthen us, then these are the sacrifices I have to do.
Yeah.
And guess what? That person's still gonna be there for me.
Right.
That's what I feel. That I like
All
that.
right. All
Let's
right.
give this quick break. Hey, people, we appreciate you. And sorry you broke up a little bit, but we was feeling you though. You know,
Yeah.
especially my man Kraft. He had a little Kool-Aid smile over here and shit. I mean, I thought the Kool-Aid man was over here. Well, I said, Lord have mercy. I was just trying to stir the Kool-Aid up. I see all that sugar floating. I was like, man, it's sweet tonight.
Oh my God! Listen, thank you so much for being with us, AP. We'll talk to you during the week, but we'll most certainly love to see you if you can make it next week.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
All right, peace, love, guys.
All
Okay.
right.
Have a good night. All right. Bye bye. And folks, we'll be right back right after this.
That one right there, my man threw that wet in there. Yeah. That went out to you, AP. That went out to you from Craftmatic. Yeah, that's what we do. Stir the pot up in here. Woo, one of the things I want to make sure I get back to is since we're talking about weight gain, I love the fact what Jeffrey was saying, how he would want to attack the situation. And for ones that don't want to go that aggressively in the bedroom, you want to do a novice approach. There is walking through the park. Start subtle. Walks. Reason I say that is you have to get used to exercise. I am a firm believer in going into it slowly before you can have a long-term success. And walking and talking will build up the relationship in a positive manner. And that way it's something she won't be overly aggressively doing, but you both can get enjoyment out of it with good dialogue.
Yeah.
And then you can get up into roller skating, if that's your preference. I don't know what you like, but also bicycle. I did that.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
bicycle
absolutely.
thing was real fun too, because I can ride ahead and I spin around. I come
Okay.
on back. So my whole thing is I'm trying to keep my cardio up, but I'm not trying to overwork her.
Right.
So it's ways I can ride ahead and do some things, but I'm never really leaving it. And it's like, why are you riding around so much? My whole thing is to keep my cardio up, but not to make her overdo herself. Where
Right.
now she's exhausted and she can't make the ride. So again, it's some fun things you can do with her to make it a part of y'all development.
Yeah.
And I love that part.
Yeah, I love that part too. In fact, Barbara put together about 5 or 6 quick points, and I'm just going to lay them out, and then we can discuss them. She's basically saying, don't put so much on physical beauty that you forgot why you fell in love with the person, right? Because you might have fell in love with them because they had some beauty, but you more so fell in love with their heart, and you fell in love with their mind. And their body might have strayed a little bit, but they may have treated you very well for a lot of years. And you can't just turn your back because they may be struggling with weight. Okay, take a step back, ask yourself, how would you feel if it was you? Right? How about making it part of both of your lifestyles? Right? We've been saying that over and over. Find opportunities to be active together. Help them go to the gym. Like you said, walks in the park, bike rides. And here's what's really important. If they begin the process, notice the changes and give them compliments. That's very important. No different than if, your spouse got in the bad habit of going out a lot. And you was trying to get them to change their mind or stay home more. When they stay home more, you gotta make it special. You gotta take note of it and say, maybe, do something special, a nice dinner or a different talk. Or
She put on a button up like this with a tie on.
Yeah.
with nothing underneath it.
Yeah.
I promise you, I ain't going out with my boys.
He probably will stay in
I'm
a little
telling
bit
you.
more.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
baby, I'm about to go out with yeah.
Yeah.
Change the game. You got to do something out the box. Keep going though.
Yeah, I like that. Listen, Jeffrey said a long time ago that the difference between the main chick and the side chick is their sexual appetite. You know, like they're gonna make their man feel wanted and turn him on and turn him out. So maybe you need to do that for your spouse or significant other that may be going through some changes. And listen, the reality is that people are going to change, right? We're going to grow gray hair. We're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to kind of get set in our ways. Doesn't mean we're bad people. It doesn't mean that, we didn't do the right thing 10 years ago or 20 years ago. It just means we may have maybe missed the mark a little bit. And I know I've seen where women seem to love and accept a man even though he's a little bigger. He's doing a lot of things for her. Taking care of sugar daddy right? Sugar daddy might have a belly, right? But maybe, something changes there when the money ceases. She has to look at him, right? She has to face those realities, and then she changes her mind. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, just don't be shallow about it. That's really what we're saying, right? Because, people are going to change, and there's a lot of changes I kind of wanted to dabble into, but, we didn't talk about. I mentioned things like going out a lot. Maybe somebody starts gambling. Maybe someone... I don't know, just gets in a zone. You know how people get in their little zone and become incongruent with their spouse. You've got to find a way to address the issue without hurting feelings. You got to be positive. You got to be loving. And I think most importantly, you got to find a way to be honest without hurting feelings.
I agree with you. I'll throw me under the bus real quick.
Okay.
Me and my vision with Bar Talk. If you're dating me, you'll have a problem with me because, again, I'm so focused on my vision. I'm not always looking at you. I deal with relationships all the time, and again, trying to coach people through, and then you throw things at me. Some of the things that you throw at me ain't gonna work. All right, I'm already focused, and I have a vision. So you have to get in on my vision and quit trying to use old tactics that don't really work with me.
You're talking about a woman who probably wants more of your time, but you can't give it to her.
Ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen.
My whole thing is not gonna happen because I have to make something come that she don't even see.
And so if you don't make time early because you're laser focused, does that mean you probably won't have time later on because you're laser focused?
Because my vision is coming true as I work it through. Now, if she's not patient, she won't see it until it's there, and then she will want to come on the backside. It's already...
She won't see the fruits if she don't be patient.
Mm-hmm. And my whole thing is a lot of times people are selfish because they just want what they want. I want what I want. We two selfish people, but can we make a compromise? Don't make it difficult for me. My whole thing, don't fight me. If you see what I'm doing, find a way to aid me and don't hinder me. Everybody that's a hindrance is going to be executed.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to keep moving on. That's from size or anything else.
Absolutely.
It's just laser focus.
And we're running out of time here, but what happens to the husband and wife who both got big over time, and then all of a sudden, the wife start working with some ladies who get her in the gym, and she gets inspired and starts reading books, and maybe she want to go back and take an online college course, and she starts bettering herself, but her spouse doesn't. And in a very short period of time, she's going to feel incongruent with him. She may start cheating. She start losing weight. She start looking good, wearing makeup.
But hold on,
new
Craig.
heels, buying clothes.
One thing you got to recognize, she got with a group of people that showed her and exposed her.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, she has to bring that back. Okay?
She got to bring it home.
When you bring that back, that's exposure.
Right.
It can't be separate.
Right.
So if I get healthy and I'm with my boy, we in the gym, we doing our thing, and I'm allowing my girl to continue to sit at home and eat bonbons and get big.
Right.
That's also my failure. But now that I got healthier and I got people looking at me and they hollering at me, I helped cause that problem. Because again, I should have been aiding and she should have been my partner, not my boy.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we kind of add fuel to a fire and then be quick to say, well, they didn't do anything about it. You really didn't ask them. You kind of separated.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden at the end, you be like, well, I got fined and I did this because it wasn't a team thing.
Yeah, you left the other person behind. Right.
So
and
we
maybe on purpose, but maybe not on purpose. You had to just kind of stick to your
my
agenda.
boy stimulated me, but still, again, your boy ain't your woman.
Right.
So again, that stimulation has to be corresponded back. So I just want to make sure people stay strong in this fight because it's not easy.
Because here's the ultimate reality. What was the quote that we said we were going to call this show? We had a theme for this show.
I can't even remember it now.
I can't even remember it now either. But listen, change is inevitable. People are going to change. Stop loving from the surface, love from the heart. And you'll find a way to coach and develop and help them and support people through the myriad of changes that come in life. We do not stand on an island all by ourselves. We need people, and the other side of needing people is we need to listen, and we need to become open to new ideas, and we need to take inspiration to heart, so that we can all continue to grow and better ourselves. And if you have gotten to a weight problem, you can overcome it. If you have gotten in, you've been drinking, or you've been gambling, or you like to go out a lot, or you spend too much money, all of those things can be healed and repaired. But none of it's going to change if you got a closed mind and you're refusing to develop yourself back to health or back to a place of stability. So that is our show tonight, folks. This is Bar Talk with Jay. We hope you've had an opportunity to grow by seeing yourself in our stories and opinions. It was definitely a great show, and we thank you for being here with us tonight. And so I am Craftmatic.
And I'm Jay.
Right?
Always got something to say.
Yes, sir.
And I'm out.
And we out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.